Normally, I don't do spectate videos, but there was one player who made me feel genuinely mad. Because kids of mine, you'll see later on that she didn't take accountability at all. And by the way, I'm support main, and I'm plat and support in open queue. At the current moment, I am gold on tank, and at current moment, I am DPS silver. But I can guarantee you, I play Mercy. Mercy is one of the most heroes I've played, and as you'll see, she makes me question like why she go with Mercy when she could have gone with other heroes. And I want you to look at the hero lineup right there. What does that tell you? Right off the bat, should she be on Mercy? Heck nah, not at all. She shouldn't be. In case of mine, she could have gone Kiri or Brig the entire time of this match. Next match, you'll see that she blamed her teammates when she could have gone with better hero selection than what she went with next. So, watch her. I'll keep this recorded, so. And keep in mind, I'm going to point out all the mistakes she made. Anything good she did, and anything bad she did. Because criticism is valid. If you know how to do it correctly. Right off the bat, look right there. She should not be pocketing tanks at all. In fact, there are plenty of good targets to pocket. Tanks is not on that list. I played Mercy long enough, and I can guarantee you that you should not be pocketing tank, especially if you want to get out of silver. Yes, she is silver. I'm a plat player, so it should tell you a huge difference in priority on Mercy. If it was something like I went with Kiri or Mora and DPS went flanker heroes, then sure, that would be fine, but you can see that it was none of that. In fact, you got Baptiste, Bastion, and Ashe. 3 good pocket picks. And what did she pick? Malga, a bad one. And right off the bat, you can tell that she should be focused on DPS if she needs to stay on Mercy. But instead of staying on DPS, she went pocket the tank. And I could tell you right off the bat, as a support, who's gonna die first? The Hulk, Roadhog, or the Mercy? If you say Mercy, you are correct. Ding dong. Congrats, you get a cookie. You do not want to be readily pocketing the tanks because that is where you're going to end up with your first genuinely bad positioning. And tanks are very known to be up front. So your best bet should be Bastion or Ashe, who is more behind. And that'll be much easier for you to get value out of your damage boost. And yes, she was healing. Well, she was damage boosting, but the wrong people. Well, mostly healing, but keep in mind, what's so odd about this? The fact I got more healing there? Well, that's normal. Mercy isn't usually known for being exact healer, but despite the fact that Blizzard tries their best to make her a healer. But that's not her role. She's basically supposed to be pocketing the DPS majority of the time. And plus, I'm Baptiste. I'm playing a character that can keep the tanks up easily. So, her fact she is choosing to pocket tanks over DPS really tells you her priorities right now. In case of my later on, you'll see the Roadhog have 0 kills. Normally, it would be correct if you blame the tank, but with what I'm pointing out, it's not looking like it's the tank problem, is it? Like, yes, the Roadhog could have swapped, but the problem is they had Zombra, so it would not be the best idea to go Sigma or D.Va here. the only heroes you can go with is Joker Queen or basically Dominion. But I think Dominion is banned in this match, so it's kind of rough. Well, no, she's not. So, however, the main problem is the Mercy in this match. Heads up, risky res. If the DPS are looking at you, you know you're not going to res that. Because that is not a good res. That's a definition of a bad risk res. And if they somehow let you go away this, you are really lucky. Because if you're in gold or onwards, that res will put the blame on you. Like I said, bad res. Like res when no one's looking or when you know you're gonna win the match, not when you know you're gonna lose. So keys of mind. Well, I'll record a different video for like the second one, but the first one I gotta get out of the way. What does she do instead of waiting for the whole team? She's tanking for some reason. Thinking that will go well. Like, really? Bad positioning number 2. Do not front tank, especially if you're playing Mercy. Do not do that. You will get killed. You will get killed so fast. And yes, I think even Bronze Mercies will be better than this player. Hate to say it. But, okay, if you're watching this, please take the tips of my advice and please don't do positions like this. If you're going to do positions like this, you shouldn't be playing Mercy. You should be playing a tank role. That's really what style you're doing. You're not playing support, you're playing tank for some reason when you're not playing tank. The ones who should be at front are the tanks, not you. It's not your job and never will be to be at riddle front. In fact, you should be with your Bastion, waiting for your team. That's our death number 2. And Ridley, she is really the main reason that we lost this match. I gotta say this. Normally, it's the tanks or the DPSs or me. This case, it's nobody but her. She made those bad decisions, and until she learns to quit doing those decisions, she will continue to fall tumbled. This case is technically, you can pocket the tank on this for a bit. Normally I don't say it's pocket tank, but if it's your only option, while DPS are focused on support are focused on healing your tank, damage boosting the Valga would be the best here. Because your other DPS are not there. Well, in this case, you only got one good pocket. Consider, I'm not the best DPS. I'm not the best Baptiste in the world. In fact, I'm not good at Baptiste much. But this was a match where I felt like going Baptiste because the comp we'd be running, it would have been a lot easier. But I was wrong, and I could have gone Kiri or Brig, but at the same time, I wasn't really making as big mistakes as she did. Usually the code for supports is, if you're fumbling badly, you need to swap. And if you want to get better at being a support, you sometimes have to get off a healer character and go with something else. And trust me, when the issue is me, I swap, or I know it's not going to work, I swap. I can tell you clearly right now, see how much see the number 42.50. You can tell that clearly Mercy is not the pick here. Normally I don't say this, but she is not the pick here. And by the way, her I think she has a duo, and they chose to ban the cat. The hero I originally wanted to go with before I had to choose Baptiste, because literally They banned cat on this one. The time I need to go camp, because literally the comp we're running, it would have been a perfect day if I go cat. As you'll see in the next match, you'll see that if they didn't ban the cat, I would have redeemed the whole team. Normally I don't mind the res, but however, you should be focusing on keep the teammates alive. This is the time you would keep your teammates alive, not the time to be resing. Don't care how many reses you do, and plus that was a questionable res, but not a terrible one, like you did earlier. Yeah, just this one I'll say it's not on her completely. It's just no one was grouping up, so yeah, that one wasn't fully on her. That one wasn't. This situation, she would be. Right now, I'm not really sure, but I can tell you right now, she needs to be moving more. She needs to be more active. She needs to be moving faster. She shouldn't be slouching and just being slow. Because right now, the one who needs help right now is actually her tank. So, and this is when she should have popped ult. Because if you're noticing right now, we're losing the fight. And if she did it about a second sooner, the Roadhog would have probably actually been saved, because there was no way I would have been able to heal him through that ult of Malgus. And this is the moment I think she could have just stayed with the Bastion. Well, the Bastion a bit. But however, I also think she should have swapped if she's not going to play Mercy the way she was supposed to be, potentially supposed to be. Like, if I was her right now, I'm noticing I'm doing terrible reses, terrible decisioning, I swap. I go Brig or Kiri. I go Brig or Kiri here, because we're right now, you notice right now, not once have we won yet. A battle, not once. After this recording, I will eat before I record another. She should have stayed with the Bastion. The Bastion would probably survive the Zombra attack. So this would have been a perfect time for her to go Kiri. Because I swapped to Brig, because keep in mind I was actually pressured to be Brig because Mercy wasn't swapping when she needed to swap. She was making the most amount of mistakes in the team, despite the fact that Roadhog got no kills. Keep that in mind. And I can tell you, as a person who plays Mercy a lot, she's very disappointing. And if I had a Mercy like this, it's Gonzo's. Gonzo's trust, and just bam. And you could tell, no matter what, she could have just swapped at any point. Anyways, I gotta go eat, and then I'll record another video. Post it for tomorrow. So, anyways, see ya.